Hello everyone and welcome. This is a very short video. We are going to talk about the flight performance calculator FPC for the Phenom 300. I have made lots of changes and this is version 0.3. I have took away the dependency of X first officer, so now it doesn't need X first officer. It will need only fly with Lua. It is much faster now, lots faster. I have created also an FPC underscore files folder to put the needed files by the script in it, and also moved the XML file to it. Also, I have made it possible for you to translate the text to your language by editing the file lang.lua. You will find it inside the FPC underscore files folder. I will show you later on how you can change the text in this file to your language. So now let's start. First of all, you have to assign a keyboard or joystick button. So let's assign a joystick button. So the joystick button, you will choose a button and you will look for FPC. You will find it under the FPC open, close. You will choose it. When you have chose it, you click it once. The FPC 0.3 launcher will appear. There are two buttons, takeoff and landing. If you click the takeoff, you will see the takeoff form. It is actually similar as before, but before it was constructed by X first officer. Now the form have been constructed by Fly with Lua. So let's click it, takeoff button. So this is the takeoff form. It's almost the same, but it has lots of options right now and features behind this form. So all the data that used to come automatically is the same, like for the temperature, runway elevation, and the takeoff weight. They will come automatically. The runway elevation, it's up to the barometer, or you can change it to the runway elevation of because it will come from where are you standing. So it will give you the elevation of where you're standing and what is the barometer settings. If you want, you can click edit manually and you can change it to the runway elevation, let's say 521. If you don't want to, it will return back. Just unclick it. It also will give you explain weather and vet some weather for the airport that you are in. The TORA, you will, as before, it's not different. You will choose the flap settings. You will choose the ice settings if you don't want to. The cruise. As you see, when you click the edit manually, you will see the runway elevation and takeoff weight will have a different color, light green. That means it's manually edited. So let's check the briefing report. So this is the briefing report. It will come to you in this color and with explanation that these data is not available in the XML file and you need to fill them up. I have put in some examples in the XML file so you can understand how to insert the data from the flight manual of the Phenom to the XML file. Okay, so this is, if we click it again, here is the report. As you know it, nothing have changed. So now let's go and look at the landing form. landing form. Landing. Now you can, in this version, you can write even the data that you want before you take off or before that, so you can save it for later and no need to press the briefing button. As soon as you type in any value here, it will be saved. Like I don't want an ice protection, I want a flap 1, flap 3, runway LDA, let's say 100. There are no runway 100. I'm just doing it as example. Runway elevation, let's say 12. Wet runway, yes, it is wet runway. Landing wind, it will be maybe 10 knots headwind or 10 knots backwind. Top descent rate, if you want to, it will not be saved. Only this data will not be saved because this is you have to use it when you are on flight. So we don't need to save this now. We don't need to click briefing. We'll leave it for later. So let's check it now again. So landing data here as we left it. So it's the same. So now let's check the report. Lab 2. Runway not wet. Briefing. So here you go. You know, when runway wet, it is different. The calculation for the distances will be different. Here you will calculate the runway LDA times 0.7. But if the runway it will be different calculation. Anyway, thank you for listening. I don't have I don't know when I'm going to put it for download. I will test it further, but I will announce when the release date. So thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you're waiting for this version, and see you soon. Bye bye.